Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today I'm going to change the drawband on this 1935 Corona Standard. So right now I'm just going to flip this on its back, and we're going to do this from underneath. And first thing we want to do is remove the old one. You have to build tension to get that old one out. So I'm just going to build tension on it like this, and make sure that this doesn't get tangled up. And you can just move it up. It's like something like this, and then build the tension by rotating it clockwise or towards the carriage. And if your string is broken, then you can just cut it with a little tiny bit of slack, so that way you can still pull it out because you want to get that piece out of there. So I'm just going to rotate this, and when you're rotating it, you want to make sure you apply the pressure on the bottom lip here, because that top lip is not always stationary. It can rotate. And I'm just trying to salvage this old one, otherwise I just cut it off and I don't have to worry about that getting tangled. So once you get enough tension, you should be able to pull this out like this. Okay, so now that's out, I'm just gonna let it, now I gotta untangle it. This has a little hook on the end. Okay, so this little hook on the end can be salvageable too if you're trying to put it on a new string. And I already tried to remove it with these wire cutters. So you just put the wire cutter edge right on the edge of the opening and then apply pressure, and sometimes that'll open up that opening, and you can pull this out and reuse it, which sometimes you don't do that, it actually squeezes it on harder. So I have this, back up here, this line here, it's fly fishing float line. So this is better than regular fishing line because it's not stretchy. This doesn't stretch. So what I did was I just took the original string and then measured it, cut it with about 3 or 4 extra inches at least. So you just want to make sure that you have enough slack to tie the knot at the end and whatnot. And then you can cut it if it's too much. So it's better to have too much, because the hardest part, or the most time-consuming part, is getting this line through. So that hook attaches on this side right into here. So I have these, this is what I'm going to connect it with. So that exact size or smaller. This is the smallest I could find, and it barely is small enough. So if you can't find that size or smaller, then it's best to re-salvage the old hook, or we could find another way to get that attached. And I'm just going to put this on and tighten that. Well, I want to tie a knot too. So I'm going to tie a little knot like this. Since that fell off, I'm just going to re-thread that thing through. All right. So now we have the knot, and then I'm going to pinch just like a wire, like a speaker wire, to make sure that never comes out. And then I'm going to just trim that extra little slack, and that looks pretty good. So we're going to put this So this comes all the way out now, but be careful because that is very small and it can fall out and get lost. So now we have the screw out. We're going to put the screw through like this. And as you can see, it's barely small enough so that, and we're just going to screw that in. Okay, now that's done. I'm going to take my wire. I have this came from just some household coil of wire, and I just wrapped the wire around the top, kind of like this, just to get, it doesn't have to be fancy, but just to get, see that broke off because I used it before. Just to get enough to grip it, to pass it, to get it to go through. Actually, you want it facing the same direction. I had that facing the wrong. So just however you want to attach this without having too much sticking out, because we're going to pass this through a pretty shallow clearance. So like the end needs to be straight like that. And what you're going to do is flip the typewriter like this and push that through. When you get, so I'm not going to be able to show the clearance, but if you look through there, you can see the mainspring from the top, and you're just going to push it through that clearance all the way to there. Make sure you don't wrap it around any of the gears in there, otherwise it'll tangle up. So it's just a straight shot down there. You can see where you need to go. So that's the most time-consuming part, besides winding the mainspring, because you have to just get that straight through. And as you can see, it came out, excuse me, it came out on this side. So I'm going to remove the nut and pull it out, just like that. So now all we have to do is reattach, excuse me, the mainspring, which it requires building tension, just like when we took it off. So I'm going to use my hand underneath to build tension, like, and I don't know if I want to do this from underneath or not. I'm going to do it from the top, but I think you can do it from underneath too. I just usually always do it from the top, but we took it off from underneath just so I can better angle. So now we're gonna, just like we did when we removed it, underneath I have the tension here, and then I'm pushing with this from that bottom lip again, until you're gonna have to rotate this 5 times or so before you can have clearance again, just like when we took it off. So like 5 full rotations. And to test it, there's 2 holes, by the way. That's the hole you need. I'm just going to use this screwdriver to push, and it's not good enough. Once you have enough tension, that hole will open up. And then there's another hole that is right there. That is not the hole you want to use. That hole is, it's actually a hook that the spring hooks onto inside of there. So that's not your hole. It's not even really a hole, to be honest. It's just a hook. So I think we're getting pretty close. So now that clearance is wide open. So as you can see it, we might have a little bit too much slack, but I'm going to put it in anyways. And you're just going to put it in like that. And I'm just pushing that in as far as it'll go, I guess. I think you only need about 1 inch or half an inch. But I'm just pushing that in just like that. And then now I'm guiding it through. And if you don't do it right, you're going to get tangled up. So I'm building tension again. And then putting that on. Came out. So I'm going to put that back in like that. Actually, I'm gonna cut this, so I don't like this much slack. I'm gonna cut this so it's like that. So now I'm pushing that in. And there we go. So now it has tension, and you can build more tension on that if you need to. But we're gonna test it. So we have good tension. I'm just gonna go all the way to the end and make sure that it goes all the way to the end. Let's get stuck on that. But just wanna make sure it goes all the way to the end. And I didn't mention in the beginning, but you wanna make sure that the margins are all the way maxed out on each side so you have maximum clearance when you're doing the. And that's it. Good luck.